Well, hello everybody, Bug Eater 64 here, and today we're going to be flying the flight from Galveston, Texas to Mexico City. Now, we did this once in Microsoft 2020 in the airplane Haven DC3, and things didn't go so well. Well, we said in that video that we were going to be redoing the flight again, and this time we're going to be flying in X-Plane12, the latest beta version, which I just uploaded this morning before the flight here. So we're going to be flying the Leading Edge Simulations DC3, and it's my estimation, it's a beautiful version of the aircraft, and it's only as good as the pilot who flies it. So knowing that I'm going to be flying it, that doesn't say a whole lot. But we're going to get inside and we're going to fly this mission. In the last flight that we attempted to get to Mexico City, we ran out of fuel after having all our 4 tanks completely full. And we're going to do that again. So we're going to start out with over 5,000 pounds of fuel. Each of our tanks will be full, and we're going to be using the checklist, because in this particular version it's very important. Unless you've flown it enough and memorized the steps for starting these engines and how to fly this airplane, the checklist is very important. So we're going to go ahead and use that, and we'll get inside the aircraft and we'll get things started. So welcome aboard, buckle up your seatbelts, and let's get going. Okay, welcome to Galveston, Texas, and we are going to be flying the DC3 from here down to Mexico City. So let's get inside the cockpit. We've got the ground power hooked up to the aircraft. We'll get inside and start our checklist, because we are definitely going to use the checklist on this particular version of the DC3. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are in the Leading Edge Systems DC3, and we will get looking. Okay. So, landing gear controls neutral. I've got that set. Landing gear safety latch, positive latch. Okay. Check our flight controls, make sure they're free and clear. Okay, now let's okay. And our trim check, make sure it's zeroed. Okay. Park and control, park and brake. All right, set. And we're going to look here. We're going to be on external power. We've already got it hooked up to the aircraft, so let's go ahead and activate it. It is connected. Fuel quantity check we've already done. We are full up to the top. Altimeters are set. Alright, so park and brake is set. Let's get the power going. Okay, safety start switch is off, magneto's off. Seatbelt and no smoking, we'll get those turned on. Fire control is open. That's the emergency shutoff valve. And our anti-ice are all turned off. Okay. So, engine start. First we set our fuel tanks. Alright. So, left main. Right main. Engine side, okay. Master magneto switch is on. Starter safety switch on. Generator on. Mixture control is to cut off. Throttle control open about 10%. And propeller will increase the RPMs. Carburetor control induction to cold. Cowl flaps to open or trail, so we just put it on trail. Now the engine start switch. Going to start with the right engine. We get one turn. Okay, so and we've got a good engine start. All right. Okay, now okay, so all right, so let's okay, everything's looking good here, so let's see. That looks good. Those are set. Having a little bit of problems trying to start this in. Okay, so propeller control. Generator, safety switch, okay. Oh. Okay. All right, so and watch the engines warm up. Okay, now let's master avionic radio. Alright, so let's get this set up. Okay. So we're going to be taking off runway 14 and we're going to fly at 11,000. And we're going to be doing about that. Okay. So this all looks good. Alright, so now let's check the after. Okay, warm up 800 to 1,000. Oil temps. Oil pressure's good. Carb temp. Oil temp. Okay. Right engine is a little bit off. Okay. Okay, so before taxi, parking brake is on. Oil temps are good. And propeller engine. Full increase. Magnetos. Okay. And let's switch over to aircraft battery. And let's remove the chocks. And we are ready for taxi. Okay, so this is going to be an FS Airlines flight, so let's get the client going. And see what happens here. Flight information, it's all good. $634 miles, 16 passengers, okay. Okay, it's saying that I am 1,042 pounds over my maximum takeoff weight. Now I'm good. Just lessen the car. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and fly. We are ready to go. So we'll at least get credit for the flight if we can get there. All right, leading edge. Don't fail me now. Alright, let's get back to the checklist here. Okay, so before takeoff, mixtures are rich, okay. I think we've already done that. Full increase to RPMs, okay. But before takeoff, let's get, okay, so we're ready to taxi. Release the brakes. Okay, so okay, so the one thing, we'll have to use differential braking for this. Let's not hit the light stand. Alright, so this isn't going to be pretty. Don't know why. It doesn't seem to matter if I release the tail lock or not. Right now it's locked. Now it's unlocked. Normally when I've got it unlocked, I can just use my rudder pedals to steer on the ground, but apparently even though I've got the tail wheel unlocked, I still have to use differential braking to steer it on the ground, which is more time consuming. But that's okay. So this is X-Plane12, the newest beta. I just updated the beta version before we started this flight, so we'll see how everything goes. So with this being what it is, this could be an ugly takeoff. I'll lock the tail wheel once I get on the runway and we'll see how things are. Okay, so we're approaching runway 14. Okay, we got some housekeeping to do before we get out on the runway. Okay, so before takeoff, auto rich, propeller controls to full increase, booster pumps are on, hydraulic pressure is normal, fuel tank selector to the fullest, which it is. This is what tells us how much fuel we've got in the tanks. Okay, landing gear to positive lock. And landing gear control is neutral. Wing flaps set for takeoff. Okay. Wing flap control to neutral. And carburetor air induction to cold. Automatic pilot is off. Trim control. Cow flaps to trail, and tail wheel is locked, and we'll do that once we're on the runway. So let's move up. And landing lines. Okay, so double check everything here. Let's go up here. Fuel boost is on. Anti-ice is off. Tail hook is locked. We can double check that down here. Yep. Okay. So we are ready to take off. So let's give this a try. I knew this would be ugly. That was absolutely horrible. Let's gain some speed here, people. My goodness. This is absolutely awful. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, so the flight's going. Okay, we activated approach and we'll see how that goes. I've turned off the radios and yet they're still talking at me. Going through the clouds.
5 and the actual physical radios.
Temperature 21.9. Transition level, light level 1, negative 5. Advise on initial contact. Have information, Juliet. Please see auto Bermuda Florida International Information, Juliet. 2055, Zulu. Arrive at runway 23 right, 23 left. Departing runway 23 right, 23 left. And 3103, stop, stop. Visibility 8 miles. Stock conditions, gas at 2,000. At 8,500. Temperature 21. 8.9 UNH1023. Transition level, light level 1, negative 5. Advise on initial contact. Have information, Juliet. Please see auto Bermuda Florida International Information, Juliet. 2055, Zulu. Arrive at runway 23 right, 23 left. Departing runway 23 right, 23 left. Wind 3103, spot knots.
Okay, let's turn on the final.
Scattered at 2,000. You got 8,500. Temperature 21. 2.9 UNH1023. Transition level, light level 1, negative 5. Advise on initial contact. Have information, Juliet. Please see auto Bermuda Florida International Information, Juliet. 2055, Zulu. Arrive at runway 23 right, 23 left. Departing runway 23 right, 23 left. Wind 3103, spot
Still
knots.
clear.
Visibility 8 miles. Stock conditions, gas at 2,000. You got 8,500. Temperature 21. 2.9 UNH1023. Transition level, light level 1, negative 5. Advise on initial contact. Have information, Juliet. Please see auto Bermuda Florida International Information, Juliet. 2055, Zulu. Arrive at runway 23 right, 23 left. Departing runway 23 right, 23 left. Wind 3103, spot knots. Visibility 8 miles. Stock conditions, scattered at 2,000. You got 8,500. Temperature 21. 2.9 UNH1023. Transition level, light level 1, negative 5. Advise on initial contact. Have information, Juliet. Please see auto Bermuda Florida International Information, Juliet. 2055, Zulu. Arrive at runway 23 right, 23 left. Departing runway 23 right, 23 left. Wind 3103, 5 knots.
Okay, well, I've got the airplane.
2,000. You got 8,500. Temperature 21. 2.9 UNH1023. Transition level, light level 1, negative 5. Advise on initial contact. Have information, Juliet.
See, I cannot see.
Please see auto Bermuda Florida International Information, Juliet. 2055, Zulu. Arrive at runway
That's what I need to see.
23 left. Departing runway 23 right, 23 left. Wind 3103, spot knots. Visibility 8 miles. Stock conditions, scattered at 2,000. You got 8,500. Temperature 21. 2.9 UNH1023. Transition level, light level 1, negative 5. Advise on initial contact. Have information, Juliet. Sky conditions, scattered at 2,000. Geo at 8,500. Temperature 21. Dew point minus 1. QNH 1023. Transition level, light level 195. Advise on initial contact. You have information Juliet. Auto Vendido Juarez International Information Juliet 2055 Zulu. Arriving runway 23 right, 23 left. Departing runway 23 right, 23 left. Wind 310 degrees 5 knots. Visibility 8 miles. Sky conditions scattered at 2,000. Geo at 8,500. Temperature 21. Dew point minus 1. QNH 1023. Transition level, light level 195. Advise on initial contact. You have information Juliet. License Auto Vendido Juarez International Information Juliet 2055 Zulu. Arriving runway 23 right, 23 left. Departing runway 23 right, 23 left. Wind 310 degrees 5 knots. Visibility 8 miles. Sky conditions scattered at 2,000. Geo at 8,500. Temperature 21. Dew point minus 1. QNH 1023. Transition level, light level 195. Advise on initial contact. You have information Juliet.
Okay, well, welcome to Mexico City. We are down safe. As I said, the takeoff was very ugly. The landing was okay. It was a flaps up landing because apparently when I first tried to put the flaps down, I was above 135 and I oversped them, but I thought I was just below 135. I should have waited till we slowed down a little bit more before I tried. So now it's a matter of unlocked the tail wheel, and let's see if we can get this girl off the runway and head for the parking. I'm going to have to make some adjustments when I use this module for using differential braking, but that's just a matter of getting used to things. So the flight went well. We'll don't have to worry about getting the flaps up because they never went down. So we're off the runway. We'll head for our parking. And as I said, welcome to Mexico City. All right, well, flight went well. World's worst ever takeoff I have ever made, but we got the job done and we got credit for it in the FS Airlines flight. The landing was okay, not my greatest. So beginning and end, we had some problems. I had apparently oversped my flaps, so they didn't work. I wasn't able to put them down, and we had to do a flaps up landing, which is really, with this aircraft, is not that big a deal. I mean, we had a 13,000 foot runway to land on, so no problems there. And it's, you know, being a tail dragger, This is a different version than my last one that we flew in another sim. So, you know, gotta fly it a little bit more and get used to it, and maybe we'll get the taxiing and the takeoff and of a tail dragger a little bit better. We did not ground loop it, so all's well that ends well. But overall, the flight went well. Didn't have any problems. We had plenty of fuel left over. The range on this aircraft, realistically speaking, on fuel tanks, is probably 800 miles, 800 nautical miles. Not the 2,000 nautical miles that Airplane Heaven claims. I don't know where they get that from, but maybe they get it from Wikipedia. Who knows? But realistically, in the sim, it's probably about 800 miles. So with that knowledge, we'll know how to plan our flights accordingly in the future. But the flight went well. We made some money for our FS Airlines, and we had a good time. It was all right. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun flying it. Matter of fact, I'm going to be flying another one with this particular aircraft once again to leave Mexico. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, like I said, and until next time, this is Bug Eater 64, and as always, remember, safe flying.